Welcome, guys. Thank you very much for joining me. Let's go ahead and get started. So we're going to do a general read. It may or may not resonate with you. It's just fine, guys. You'll know if the message is meant for you because it's just going to make sense. We're going to draw a tarot token. Again, this could be like our energy card for the end of the read. Body and Soul, Grand Symphony. In this Grand Symphony card, I definitely see like promise or promises. Like somebody felt something had a lot of promise. Something was going to be a Grand Symphony shining through. Like somebody's true intentions. Feel true intentions or true character. Oh yeah, there it is. And that's why I was feeling that we got the tall tale popping out. Somebody was telling lies. Somebody was saying something that was BS, like presenting a Grand Symphony, trying to sell an idea. I do believe somebody was very physically attracted to someone else and sort of wanted a physical relationship. I don't feel like there was an emotional connection. I feel like they presented like there was an emotional connection, but this person's more about the physicality of things. This person's after sex a lot more than any kind of an emotional connection. Feeling the world. Like somebody was like feeling someone out on an idea. So this opening to discovery. Like it's like they presented somebody with an idea, this person they were physically attracted to. They sort of presented themselves a certain way, like they wanted a deeper connection. And then brought forward this idea, like seeing how somebody would receive it. And this is where their true character shine through. It's like, oh, this is what this person is all about. This person was married too. This person had a committed relationship and stepped outside of it for somebody they were physically attracted to. They like took up with someone, and that person didn't realize until later on that they were actually a third party too. They thought they were getting involved with somebody who was single. With someone who was in a position to be romantically involved. Uncharted. What is this? This is part of what was suggested. Uncharted Sea. I feel like somebody had never, I don't know if they've never heard of it before, but it was like, it was way outside their comfort zone. Whatever this idea was that was brought forward. Oh my goodness. So that's what happened. So somebody had a spouse at home. Somebody went looking for another relationship elsewhere. Like I said, they presented themselves like they were single. They presented themselves like they wanted a connection and a real relationship. But this person really wanted another sexual partner. This is what they were after. I do believe at some point in time in that relationship, they brought forward an idea. This idea was to actually move in together like everyone. They wanted to move this person, this third party who didn't even realize they were a third party. They wanted them to move in like with their spouse, like all three of them living together. We're gonna grab some more cards. Yeah. They told this person too, they said, okay, I am married. Okay, I do have a spouse. They said something about it not being like a soulmate connection. This was part of the BS line that they fed to try and get this person to accept this idea. I do feel like this person was like, I feel like Uncharted Sea. Like, this is a whacked out idea. This is nothing I want a part of. Like, it gave somebody the creeps. Divine Matrix. You know, it was just like, this person had way too much self-esteem to put up with this. This is what this Great and Full card is all about. I do feel like whoever thought they could manipulate them into doing this, thought this person didn't realize their own worth, and like they thought they would settle for this kind of an arrangement. But this person, like, they were absolutely mistaken. The person who they sort of, well, I'm going to say it, like they tricked into being a third party because that person didn't realize that's what was going on. It's like that person has standards, that person has morals. Once they realized what was going on, the position that they had been put in, they were quite angry. I do feel like they were angry. I do feel like on some level they were like sort of disgusted by the whole suggestion that they were going to sort of live in like this house all together with this person and their spouse, and like somehow it was going to be okay. I don't feel like they wanted to hear this suggestion. I get the distinctive vibe that the person who brought this The suggestion forward who was doing all the lying and telling the tall tales thought this was like absolutely normal. Like it didn't even occur to them that somebody would get offended by this. I feel like they didn't even realize. They didn't even realize that somebody would be offended by the suggestion. Somebody would just sort of like go along with it. Or it seemed normal to them. I don't know if this is like a cultural thing, a religious thing. I also have this distinct impression from the cards that whoever their spouse is, their spouse, well, obviously they would not have liked this arrangement, but I feel like they actually would have tolerated it. They actually would have tolerated this happening. That's why this person was so shocked that this person got very offended. That's why I feel. I feel like offended. I feel like very offended. Like this was way out to lunch. This was way outside of somebody's comfort zone. Somebody was just like, this is nuts. I'm not doing this. How is your spouse okay with this? And I do feel like they asked that, like, how would your spouse feel? And they were like, oh, they'd be happy to have the company. They'd look at you like a friend. And somebody thought, this is just ridiculous. This is nuts. This went against sort of like their morals, their values, how they were raised. It was just like, no way. Like, I don't want to be a lover. I don't want to be a third party. And I sure as shit don't want to live in a house with you and your spouse. That's whack. That's how somebody felt. They were just like, hell no. I do feel like they dissolved this partnership. Like they stepped away. They moved away. I do feel like it shook them though. It shook them because this person presented themselves as being pretty moral. Like they were really relationship material. And I do feel like somebody felt like there was a lot of potential for a relationship with this person. That's why it was like so shocking. That's why we got a lot of these cards as having to heal, having to find acceptance. It was like it really bothered somebody that they were put in that position. I also feel like it made them feel like they were being dishonest because they were technically the third party. But the thing is, like, this person didn't know. This person didn't know that they were a third party in a relationship. They didn't realize because they were getting lied to as well. I do feel like it changed the way that they looked at relationships too. Like it sort of changed their view on when they're dating, when they're meeting new people. I feel like this kind of like level of suspicion almost. Like, who are you? Are you really who you say you are? Yeah, I do feel like it almost shook this person's faith in finding a good monogamous relationship. Like they didn't realize there was people like this out there. They did, but they never thought they'd run into them. It was sort of like, I can't believe this happened to me. Like, how do I even find love again? How do I even trust or look for love again? But not everybody is like this, right? This Page of Swords is like this really selfish, vain person. This Page of Swords is the one who brought this idea forward. This Page of Swords is the one who was lying. This person is a page energy. They are vain. They are self-centered. They are all about sort of having their ego stroked and, well, probably other things too, right? Because this person's sort of just looking for a sexual partner. They're not looking for a commitment. They don't treat their spouse very well either. I can see that in the cards. This person is extremely emotionally cold to everyone in their life. Everybody, absolutely everybody. That spouse, the commitment that they made to this person, it doesn't really mean anything to them because this person, there's something about them. There's something about them where it's like that emotional bit, there's like a disconnect there. Emotionally connecting with other people, it's like they don't have this ability. It's not something that they're capable of. So they don't, I gotta say, you guys might not like hearing it, but it's like they don't really even understand that what they're doing is wrong, or they don't understand why people would get offended by what they offer. Cause it's like there's something broken upstairs with this person, and they just don't seem to have a sniff. Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like money comes into play as well, like offering a lifestyle, and like they feel like money can replace an emotional connection. Right? It's like, well, why would you be so offended? I'm offering you a place to live. I'm offering to pay your expenses. I'm offering to financially look after you. And all you have to do is be my lover and live in my house with my spouse. So they think it's a good deal. They think they're offering a good deal. Like legitimately, they think this is a good deal. Their spouse on some level has found some level of acceptance with this. So I don't know what's going on with the dynamic there. I don't know if we're going to get more of that in the cards. But like I felt even from the oracle cards, their spouse would actually tolerate this. They wouldn't like it. It would be heartbreaking. It would be hugely crushing to their self-esteem. I feel like just like silent, very meek. They just say nothing and they just sort of take what they can get. A fool card. It's like this, that's the perspective, right? This is their perspective. Like how is this not enough? Offering you this money, offering you this financial support, offering to financially look after you. Like just not, I just feel like that disconnect. Like they don't understand that somebody would want a deeper connection. They'd want a one-on-one romantic connection with someone they can build a life with, someone they can laugh with, they can joke with, they can cry with, they can share everything with. They can't offer this. I'm telling you this straight out. I feel it in the cards. This person is actually not capable of offering this to anybody. To anybody. Oh yeah, moving on. Moving on from this devil. Because man, this person is a destructive force. Whoever they come into contact with like this, they just use them. They use them because like I said, they don't actually have, I don't know, it's like that part of their brain that works with empathy and that builds deep connections with others. It's like it doesn't exist or it's damaged or something. So they just wind up using people without even having this big evil intent to do it. It's just kind of who they are and it's just kind of what they do. So being able to walk away from that, being able to leave this page in the past, this devil card in the past, this is like the best thing that someone could have done, is walking away from it. That acceptance that it is what it is being able to see that this is in the past and being able to find healing and accept that, like I said, it wasn't personal. It wasn't like this person actively sort of thought that you were stupid or thought that you were awful or thought that you weren't worth love. It was like this is just how they function in life. This is their baggage. This is all their baggage. Seven of Pentacles. It's like they have this kind of like a void. It's like they have this void. And like I said, it's some sort of disconnect in their mind when it comes to building with other people. Something's just out of balance. Something's out of whack. They're never going to get a true abundant harvest because they don't have these connections with people. They just don't. They sort of live in their own world. And that's who they are. They're this King of Pentacles too. They're like money. Money can fix everything. I'll just buy relationships. I'll just pay for people to put up with my crap so I can have sex with them. This is what they use to build these partnerships. Just like money. Money, that's all they want to put in. It's all they're capable of putting in. And that Queen of Wands wanted more. That Queen of Wands wanted a deep connection. She wanted a deep connection with somebody. She wanted a one-on-one relationship. She doesn't want to settle for just being somebody's like house lover, you know, that just lives in their house with their spouse and puts up with crap. She is like an empress in her own right. And she owns that. This person, this Queen of Wands, knows her self-worth. She's not going to put up with shit. She's not going to settle for this crap. Ace of Cups, I feel like she saw him in a new light. She absolutely saw this from a new perspective. When this came forward, it was like this person's true self sort of like shone through. And it was like there was no going back. Like a switch was flipped. There was no forgiving, there was no renegotiating, there was no looking at them in any kind of a way or getting back to what it was. It was like, holy crap, this is who this person is. I'm not doing this. I'm not being this third party. I'm not going to be like this little house sex toy that you have floating around, having to live with your spouse in some uncomfortable situation. To this person was absolutely ridiculous. Like, who lives like this? Who would even offer something like this? But this guy thinks he's an emperor. This King of Pentacles, this Page of Swords, he sees himself like this emperor. Like he just wants to have it all. But he doesn't want to put the time and the effort into the emotional connection. He doesn't have it in him to give. So to him, it's about that like sexual gratification, right? So he's going to use money to get what he wants. And he did start out with a lie, presenting himself a certain way. And that is not even almost who he was. That's not even almost who he was. It was to sort of bring this person in. And it was like easing into, hey, come live with me and my wife. Surprise, right? Like it was absolutely ridiculous the way that they went about it. Like I can't believe they thought they could get away with it. Like this person genuinely thinks this is a normal way to live, that there's nothing wrong with it. They're just following their wand around. This person might even have a sex addiction. They're just very much driven by sex. And I do feel like if it wasn't with this queen, they'll move on to another queen. This is just what they want. They're just looking for somebody who will put up with this garbage. And they're going to keep, I feel like they're going to keep pursuing this avenue with whoever they think they can get a hold of. I feel like now, though, they're going to be more careful about who they pick. Because they're going to realize that people like this queen, who have this beautiful strength and character, who are like an empress in their own right, are not going to go for this shit. I feel like they're going to start looking for lower vibrational people. I actually see youth in this Six of Cups like somebody who's naive is also who they're going to go for. Naive, they feel like it's going to make it somebody easier to manipulate, because I do feel a more mature energy from this Queen of Wands. And not necessarily that she's like older or a lot older. She's just mature. She's seasoned. She's dealt with crap before. She knows her worth, and she's not going to settle for less. So they want somebody who doesn't have those life experiences. That person, they feel like, is going to be easier to talk into this crazy arrangement they got. Five of Wands. I do feel like this is their queen coming forward. As I feel a very meek energy coming from this Queen of Pentacles. This is who they actually have. This is their spouse's energy coming forward. You know, it's like they don't want, I feel like they have arguments too. I do feel like it's about sex. I do feel it's about how much sex this person wants, and perhaps the way they want it. This Queen of Pentacles is not comfortable doing a lot of stuff. I also feel like she's just on some level disgusted by this person too. And so this is where a lot of the problems lie too, because she knows what this person's true nature is. She doesn't really want to touch them or have anything to do with them. I feel like on some level she feels it's her obligation, but she doesn't really go much past that, which again drives this King of Wands to be looking around. So I feel like on some level, I'm going to say it and you guys are going to think I'm nuts. It's like she almost wouldn't mind having someone else around, because then he leaves her the hell alone. If he's got other options, he's not bothering her, and she doesn't have to fight with him over this. But it is a burden. It is definitely a burden, emotional burdens to her. It lowers her self-esteem. It lowers her sort of sense of self-worth. That Ten of Cups, I feel like they also have an illusion of this Ten of Cups to the people around them. Like they present themselves like they have a very happy home life. I do feel like whoever this Page of Swords, this King energy is, this person is financially very well off. So I feel like they have a very nice house. They have nice vehicles. They're able to sort of present like they live a very happy lifestyle, or paints sort of like a really pretty picture for other people. Like they have all this wish fulfillment, but there's like crazy shit going on behind the scenes. Like I said, lots of unhappiness. Somebody's got a sex addiction. They're wanting to bring another person into the household. They're wanting a live-in lover. I feel like that, I don't know, that queen is just sort of, on some level, their acceptance, right? I felt that tolerance. Like, they don't like it, but they're going to tolerate it. And I do feel like it's because then this person leaves her the hell alone. But it still digs at her confidence. This is not the legacy she wanted to build with this person. I feel like she feels like she got duped as well. Like once the marriage happened, once she had made that commitment, and to her that commitment means a lot. That's not an easy thing to walk away from, or depending on, her religious or cultural backgrounds, there absolutely is no walking away, and now she's stuck in it too, right? It's like bait and switch, like she felt bait and switch, like the secret came out after the fact, and then she was hooped. She was stuck for it. Yeah, she feels trapped. She feels trapped in this life that she's built with this person. She feels trapped by their addiction and by the way it makes her feel. But yeah, she's not leaving. This is some sort of religious or cultural thing. She doesn't believe in divorce. She doesn't believe in annulment. She doesn't believe in any kind of ending that relationship. Once the commitment's made, it's till one of them dies. That's the way she's going to live. I do feel like she feels very lonely. I do feel like she feels extremely this Hermit card is kind of introspective, as she thinks about her life choices a lot. I feel like a lot of reflection coming forward. On the Queen of Swords, I do feel like she lives in an emotionally cold world too. Like, this is part of it too. She does not get this connection with her partner. She will never get this connection with her partner because he's not capable of it. He's so concerned with that physical gratification and looking elsewhere in this arrangement they seem to have agreed on and pursuing this arrangement. And it's like, she kind of feels like she has nothing. I just have this sense of like cold, cold, cold. This is how she feels. We're going to draw a tarot token here. Whoever walked away from this, though, like, dodged some serious drama. Some serious dysfunctional drama, too. Because even being in this household, the dynamic within that household is, like, uncomfortable. It would just make you cringe. It would make you cringe because these two are very cold to each other. And it's so, the dynamic is so dysfunctional. It would just be like the air would just be thick with tension 24/7. Definitely dodged all of this. This Queen of Wands by knowing her worth and having her strength of character. We do have the Emperor. The Emperor. I tell you guys, this dude will find somebody. One way or another, he's going to find somebody. He's going to find a way to make this happen. Even if he has to sort of get someone from a different country. Somebody who's maybe even poorer, has different standards. I do feel like he's going to pursue this until it's a reality. I also feel in the cards that then that's not going to be enough. And he's going to try and add another one to the dynamic too. This is part of this addiction that he has that he ain't gonna change. He has no problem with it as long as his little beast is getting fed. He doesn't see anything wrong with the way that he's living, and he's got this queen who's just gonna stick it out with him. Alrighty guys, I hope that you enjoyed the read. If you did, if you found value in it, please hit that like, that subscribe, and feel free to comment. Have a great day, guys.